Are you prepared for the unexpected? Emergencies happen when we least expect them, and having a solid emergency fund can make all the difference in times of crisis. Building an emergency fund can seem daunting, but with the right steps, it's possible to create a safety net that can help you weather any storm. In this ultimate guide, we'll walk you through everything you need to know about building an emergency fund, including why it's important, how much to save, and the best ways to save for it. Let's get started. CO Meta Description. In this ultimate guide, learn everything you need to know about building an emergency fund, including how much to save and the best ways to save for it. Introduction. Building an emergency fund is crucial to financial security. An emergency fund is a cash reserve that you keep aside for unexpected expenses or emergencies, such as medical bills, car repairs, or job loss. These expenses can add up quickly, leaving you in a difficult financial situation if you're unprepared. That's where an emergency fund comes in. It can help you cover these expenses and avoid going into debt. The importance of building an emergency fund. Having an emergency fund provides financial security and peace of mind. It can help you avoid high-interest debt, such as credit card debt, which can quickly accumulate and become difficult to pay off. Without an emergency fund, you may be forced to use credit cards or take out loans to cover unexpected expenses, which can put you in a cycle of debt. How much to save in your emergency fund? The amount you should save in your emergency fund depends on your individual situation. Financial experts recommend saving at least 3 to 6 months' worth of living expenses in your emergency fund. This should be enough to cover unexpected expenses and help you survive for a few months if you lose your job. Calculating your monthly living expenses is the first step in determining how much to save in your emergency fund. You should include expenses such as rent or mortgage payments, utilities, groceries, transportation, and any other necessary expenses. The best ways to save for your emergency fund. Once you know how much to save, the next step is to determine the best ways to save for your emergency fund. Here are some strategies to consider. Set up a separate savings account. Creating a separate savings account for your emergency fund can help you keep track of your progress and avoid spending the money on non-emergency expenses. Automate your savings. Set up automatic transfers from your checking account to your emergency fund savings account. This way, you won't have to remember to transfer money each month, and you'll be less likely to spend the money on other expenses. Cut back on expenses. Consider cutting back on non-essential expenses, such as eating out or entertainment, to free up more money to save for your emergency fund. Increase your income. Finding ways to increase your income, such as taking on a side job or freelancing, can help you save more money for your emergency fund. Conclusion. Building an emergency fund may not be the most exciting financial goal, but it's essential for financial security. By having a solid emergency fund, you can protect yourself from unexpected expenses and avoid going into debt. Start by calculating your living expenses, setting a savings goal, and implementing strategies to save more money. Remember that building an emergency fund is a marathon, not a sprint. It may take time to save enough money to feel financially secure, but every little bit counts. Stick with your savings plan, and before you know it, you'll have a safety net that can help you weather any storm. In summary, the key steps to building an emergency fund include understanding the importance of having an emergency fund, calculating how much to save based on your living expenses, setting up a separate savings account and automating your savings, cutting back on non-essential expenses and increasing your income, replenishing your emergency fund if you need to use it. By following these steps, you'll be well on your way to building an emergency fund that can help you achieve financial security and peace of mind. Start today, and you'll be one step closer to being prepared for the unexpected.